So I wanted to show you a very easy, no punches, no dies way to do ephemera that I love. But first, look at this gorgeous napkin on this paper. I had come across a ton of vintage, very vintage napkins at Salvation Army for 49 cents, and I was like, well, for the 50 cents, if they look ugly, then so be it. I'll, stamp on them. But this looks really cool on this book paper, I think. So that's going to be another ephemera video when after I do this. I use my painted papers. You can use anything, your painted papers. You can take out your scraps. You can use a book page. These are my papers that I did that are like less than desirable, right? They're not the greatest prints that I did with the jelly plate. So I said, you know what? I'm going to turn these into some little ephemera pieces. So I'm going to show you how I do it. And I am going to show you with book pages too, so you can see it without all the paint. So I'll grab a few book pages too, so we can do that after. Now, disclaimer, I am not good at drawing and I am not good at painting and anything of that medium. That's way out of my comfort zone. But if I can do these little things, then you can do them. And I started doing these just out of the blue, like before I had bought any punches. So you fold your paper like this, and I think of it this way: the strip is going to be the width of the ephemera that you're doing, okay? And then take a pencil and draw hearts of all different sizes, and some of them can be like those really long ones. I like the look of those long ones. And you can't see my pencil marks now, probably, but you will see what I do with them. Okay, so let's see here. If I could find my own pencil marks, right? And this does two cool things for you. Okay, if I can get my hand around it. Okay, so first of all, you're going to have a cute little heart piece, right? You're going to have that cute little piece, and you can pick which side you want. And they're not all going to come out perfect. Like that one's a little wonky. I don't really care. I like the look of the wonky hearts. So I am going to cut this one out. And then I think it's wonky because I'm at a weird cutting angle. I don't mind that though. I think that the little wonky heart is really cute, So I'm gonna make a pile. What's up, honey?
Jute.
Let me cut the rest of these out. So you can see. And then there's that heart. See, once I figured out a way to cut it easier, I made this one a little bit bigger. So that's a little bit bigger heart. And this one is going to be a little tiny one. A little itty bitty heart. So I'm going to show you what we do with those later. Then take your strip, right, and cut it right here. Okay? Just cut and cut and cut and cut. Because then you have this really cool negative piece, right, that I use, especially on like Franken pages, whatever you call them. I don't know if you call them serendipity papers or however. This looks really cool on a tag. Like these 3 hearts look really cool going down the side. I love the negatives, like the second best part. So we're going to fold this again. I'll fold it from this side now. And I'll show you a few of the other things that I do. Because like I said, if I can do this, then you can do this. Some of them I might be a little bit rusty on because I haven't made any in a while. What are some of the other ones that I do? I do my hearts, I do arrows, I do little butterflies. These ones can be kind of tricky, but I like to do flowers. Maybe we can experiment with a different style. I'll try that. I don't know what that's going to look like. But I'll try cutting it out here. And that's the best part, is you can experiment. I have made some super weird looking things, okay? And I still use them because you can use them in things like clusters. Let's see what this looks like. See, like that's kind of weird, but I would still use that. It kind of looks like a little character. I would still use that super weird thing. And some of my flowers, when I was doing these before, I mastered the flower, but it's been a while since I did it, so I don't exactly remember what I did, because it took a lot of flowers to get it to look like a decent flower. So let's see how this came out. See, it's not perfect. It's not that. I have some that are just beautiful. They came out so nice. And the butterflies too. I made so many weird looking butterfly things. And they were like just so bizarre. But you know what? That's it. I still use them because they're neat looking shapes. They're just not very butterfly-y. But the hearts and the flowers, when I did them nicely, and the arrows are my favorite. See, like that is supposed to be some kind of little butterfly thing, but I didn't go down enough. Let me trim it. Let me see if I can maybe. Let's see how that looks. A little bit better. A little bit better. But I'm sure if you are any kind of artistically inclined, you can make much better shapes than me. But, you know, I'm showing you that I am not good at drawing at all. And I am not having a problem doing these one bit. So the arrows, I love to do the arrows. Those are so much fun. And then, again, you have a whole bunch of really cool looking negative pieces to work with. I'll show you what I do next with these, and if they don't look as clear, then I'll try it with the book pages. Sorry, I keep getting tickles in my throat. It's very dry out today, and there was wind, so you know, like I can just envision all the pollen just flying down my throat. So this is my weird collection of negatives this time. So I have this, and I have my little strip of hearts, and I'm going to try, I bought a set of markers from China, and what I did was, I had bought 4 or 5 sets of these because I die cutted a bunch of labels, and I was, for the craft fairs that I'm doing, and I was trying to sell the pens with them. So I didn't sell any, and I ended up ordering myself a whole nother, you know, 2 or 3 cases, so I'm hoping that they sell next time. But I saved a case for myself. And I take the marker. You can get what I was doing before. Sharpie has metallic silver, metallic gold, and bronze. The silver and the bronze showed up really nicely on most paints. The gold showed up on some things, and some things it didn't, and it was very hit or miss. It's not like I could tell you specific things that the gold pen worked on, but I wasn't very impressed overall with the gold pen, because it was like very hit or miss where it showed up. So let's see. But this box has a whole set of metallic colors. Sorry if my fat head's in the way. I'm trying to, trace this. So here's my weird looking flower thingy. That also kind of looks like a person. And then I outline the side I want to use. And I outlined them in all different colors.
It's the one you use for water.
That isn't, yeah, it's just got fertilizer in it. I did like dark. I did a lot in black. I did a lot in dark blue. Like I did some dark magenta type colors. See, that's a really fine tip. I have to sort my Sharpies from my fine tips and my thick, I don't know what the proper wordage is, but my not so fine tips. I found this marker in a parking lot. I actually found another nice looking marker in a parking lot the other day, but because there's so much traffic and people are driving like maniacs, so I really was trying to watch where I was and where my children were. I was not able to pick it up, so ruined my day. That little purple heart with a little outline in purple. You might, I don't know why, like, I don't know why this camera doesn't show very nicely, but maybe I can adjust a setting here. I'm sorry in advance for what I'm about to do to you beautiful people. I'm trying to see if I can, nope, that apparently makes it really blurry. Let's see. Nope, that's blurry. Sorry. So it is outlined in a dark color. But now that I really like these metallic markers, so, and as you saw, they drew very nicely, and it's like $3 and some change for the set, so I'll keep it. We'll try the pink one. And I can't attest for the other brand ones, but these ones here that say Guang Na seem to be pretty decent. So, ooh, the pink's very nice too. The pink is very nice on this little heartsy majigger. And then, I mean, you can go all out and add bling and rhinestones. I don't have any of those, even though every time I'm at Dollar Tree, I'm like, I mean to buy them. You really can't see this. Let me try putting it on the black background of like my phone and see if that comes in any better. The pretty looking pink. So, you know, I just went through, and it's something very nice to do when you're chilling out and watching TV, and you just go along on a piece of over a piece of scrap paper, and you trace these arrows. This came with a white pen too, and the white pen is not as nice as some. The white pen is pretty milky, so it will work, but it takes a couple of coats to show up nicely. This is like a steel gray pen. like so. But I did on the other ones I made before, I did a lot of black outline, dark blue, dark purple-y colors, and I used those Sharpie metallics. And not all of these sets are created equal. I had one set that the colors showed up very light. Now, mind you, I've bought 5 sets, so I've tested out 5 sets, and 1 out of the 5 was light. The rest of them have been fine. So this has the, here, I'll show you on my mouse so you don't get the glare from my, look at that on my mouse, isn't that cute? And I'll try it on the regular book pages so you get a better idea of the shape. Okay. So it doesn't have to be a thick strip. It doesn't have to be a thick strip that you fold. Let's do some arrows. I love making arrows. Mainly because you really can't screw up an arrow, right? And some of them might be a little wonky, and that's okay, because wonky is in. I mean, I'm sure there are some of you out there who can make, you know, stars and these like stunning masterpieces with this stuff. I just work with what I know I can do. And these are the weird little shapes that I know I can do. So I did some hearts. Sorry, I'm doing this off camera. PayPal keeps trying to upgrade my credit card with them. I'm eligible now for a cashback MasterCard. Like, I don't need your crap, PayPal. I don't need your crap. Although it is very convenient having a PayPal credit card, especially if you're doing a lot of purchasing, you know, on eBay and stuff. I do really enjoy having that credit card. And PayPal tells you how much to pay to defer interest every year, and every month. So it says, you know, minimum payment $27, amount to avoid interest, you know, $58.66 or whatever, you know. My little hearts. I really like the weird little hearts that it does. And the reason why I do this with the folded sheet is because both sides are going to come out the same. And if you're like me, most of what you do that is mirrored doesn't come out the same. I mean, except for arrows. If you can't draw an arrow, then, I mean, I'm not saying I can draw one, but this is just easier. I find this to be easier. And like I said, you can use any paper you want. You want to use a book page? Use a book page. You want to use a scrap paper? Use a scrap paper. You want to figure out a way to use up some of those ugly painted papers that you make? This is a great way to do that. But you can also use your designer scrapbook paper if you want. Use whatever you want. You know, use whatever you want. Maybe you can even do it on fabric. Who knows? The possibilities are only as limited as your vast imagination. There. Those are my wise words for the night. And keep your eyes out, because I'm thinking about doing another auction. I don't know when. It might be like next week. But I'm thinking about having one more auction to cover the rest of the old books that I have and some of the fancier books that I have. And some of the yearbooks. Because I see a lot of people on auctions are buying yearbooks. And I'm like, well, that's crazy. Because I have a dozen or so yearbooks in that stuff. So I just gotta find them. And I have some really nice kids books too that I'll probably part with. So these arrows came out really cute. This one happens to say mortuary. This one says forgive me. This one would say I don't know, but you can only see I don't. I don't KN. This one says luncheon. You know, so it's nice. You can get little words. Little words, little words, little words. repeat. And this one says, he the clever. And this one says, trouble, it's very thought. I'll grab my, if I can find it, my black Sharpie. I'm trying to keep a black Sharpie separate from the rest of my pens. So, not yet, honey.
Huh?
Not yet.
Here's your string.
Thanks.
Guess what?
What?
Daddy didn't be careful with the eggs. He just dropped a few eggs and one fell.
That is so crazy.
And one stayed and broke. And then the chickens ate the egg that was in the chicken.
I believe you. I do have to change my drop paper this week. I put my homemade jelly plate right on top of my paper and it feels damp now.
Why?
Because that's what it does.
Can I feel it?
So that's one of my hearts and that's one of my arrows. So this is something that you guys can definitely do. It is very easy. They work awesome in clusters or put them on a tag. You get these cool negative pieces that you can also use on whatever your little heart desires. So give it a try. This is an idea for you people who cannot draw and do not have punches and do not have, you know, do not have dies and the means for that stuff. Just so you know, you can still make pretty little handmade yummies, even if you're artistically challenged like me. Okay. And I'll grab my brown. Oh, I'll grab my little. Here's my bronze pen, which I love. The bronze one really comes out nice. I did a lot of bronze ones. I don't have any of those left. I might have a few scattered here and there, but I believe it or not, a lot of them went out in swaps, or Happy Mail pieces, or you know, they're in my art everywhere. Because I mean, I literally had dozens of those painty paper pages that I didn't like too much. One of my go rounds, or 2 or 3 of my go rounds, and I just took time over coffee doing these, and I really like how they come out. Now, you don't have to do the edges like this. You can ink them. You don't have to do anything. You know, you can really. And if you have any other shapes that you do, show me how you do them, because I'm very interested in. I love these. These are very relaxing to do. It's pretty mindless, easygoing stuff. The only thing you have to pay attention to is your drawing, and then at that, it doesn't even have to look perfect, you know? So this is what we ended up with. You know? That bronze looks really pretty on there. I like the way the black outline looks. I like the way the book pages look. I like the way the painty papers look on here. You know? The hearts are so much fun. They're so easy to do. And you can do like series of large, medium, small hearts. Then you have the cool looking negative pieces. And you'll have the cool looking hearts to do whatever you want with. So that's my quick, I was hoping for this to be like a 5-minute video. And of course that worked out. So I really hope that you find this helpful. And I really would like to see what you guys do with it. And I am going to be making some more videos on some embellishments because that's kind of the kick that I'm on lately. So you'll be seeing more of me. And I will see you all later. Ta-ta for now.